Do you like story problems? Me too. I'd like to tell you a story about two-step equations. Let's go! Alright, now these are starting off just kind of some of our key words. The sum of twice a number and 13 is 75. By the way, we're going to throw an equal sign. So the sum, do you remember what operation goes with sum? Yeah, addition. So it says if we're adding twice a number, twice something means 2 times that. And we don't know what the number is, so we could say like 2 times x, which would be 2x, and 13. So the sum of 2 times number and 13, so 2x plus 13 equals 75. Whoo! Let's solve it. We're all set up. We're ready to go. I see plus 13. What are you thinking? Yeah, minus 13. Because 13 minus 13 is 0. And that's what we want. We want it to go away. So we just have 2x on the left side. The right side, 75 minus 13 is 62. Cool. 2x means 2 times x. So we need to divide both sides by 2. 62 divided by 2 is 31. That wasn't even that bad. Here we go. 8 plus, all right, 8 plus, quotient means division. So we have the quotient of a number and 3. So that would be like x divided by 3. And then it says is negative 2. So equals negative 2. Let's do it. Here we go. I see the 8 there. I need it to be a 0. So to go from 8 to 0, you would subtract 8 from both sides. Minus 8 minus 8. Because positive 8 minus 8, nothing. So we have x over 3. X divided by 3 equals negative 2 minus 8 more would be negative 10. So we have x divided by 3. How do we get rid of division? Multiply. So times 3 times 3. Negative 10 times 3 is negative 30. That was fun. Now we gotta dial it up a little bit. Get a little more difficult. A repair bill for your car is $553. Ooh. Parts cost $265. The labor cost is $48 per hour. When you see per, that's going to mean like multiplication, because we don't know how many hours we're going to have to pay for it here. But we know each one of them is going to be $48. So we could take $48 times the number of hours. That's how much we're paying just in labor. We also have to pay for the parts. The parts were $265. So here's what I'm paying in labor, plus I also have to pay for the parts. And it came out total to be $553. That's the hard part, setting it up. But look for words like per or each or of. Those will mean multiplication. So if we toss it down the middle there, what can we get rid of? I see plus 265. So let's subtract 265. These cancel, so we have 48 per hour equals, let's see, we're going to have to do some borrowing. 4, 13 minus 5 is 8. 54 minus 26, well shoot, we can borrow again. 14 minus 6 is 8. 4 minus 2 is 2. So we're spending $288 just on labor, but that's $48 per hour. So if we divide that 48, this would tell us how many hours we have to pay for. 288 divided by 48. Yes, and 6. Let's double check. 288 divided by 48. 6 hours. Been working on her car for 6 hours. I don't know what I did to that car. costing me $553. Whew, that hurts. Your school's drama club, oh, yes, it charges $4 per person. Okay, so each person we're getting $4 for. If we had 10 people, that would be 4 times the 10. So we're going to do 4 times the number of people. Great, that's how much money we're going to get. For admission to a play, the club borrowed $400 to pay for costumes and props. Now, if you're borrowing money, what does your brain tell you about that? Is that positive money or negative money? It's negative money because you got to pay that back, man. If you take out money, you pay it back. So we're getting $4 per person, but we're also going to lose that $400. We have to pay that back. After paying back the loan, we have a profit of $100. So in the end, we netted $100. So we need to figure out how many people showed up to this play. And it was a good play, too. Did you see Reggie with the part? And he was like, oh, And then they came in and they were like, oh, what? And he was like, I don't think so. It was good, man. So, okay. Let's see what we got. I see minus 400. I know how to get rid of minus 400. We add 400 plus 400 plus 400. Left side, 4p. Right side, 100 plus 400 is 500. So we made $500 altogether, but we had to pay back that 400 at the end. So this is how much we generated in sales, but if we want to know how many people, we have to divide it by the $4 per person. So that would give us 125 people. And all 125 of them said it was a great show. Unbelievable show. Should we move on to number 5? All right, if the crowd demands it, you have 96 feet of fencing to enclose a rectangular pen for your dog. To provide sufficient running space for your dog to exercise, the pen should be 3 times as long as it is wide. Find the dimensions. I prefer to draw this out. Now, it says, here's our width, right? It says it's 3 times as long as it is wide. So if it's W wide, and this is 3 times as long as that, we could say this side is 3W. What? It's 3 times the width. Now we have 96 feet to line this perimeter with. So remember with perimeter, you add up all the sides. But I only labeled 2 sides. But if this side over here is W, that means this side, since it's a rectangle, would also be W. If the top part is 3W, that means the bottom part is also 3W. So if we add all these sides up, if we did W plus 3W plus W plus 3W, it's going to end up using all 96 feet of our fence. Now these are all like terms, so we can combine these. Remember, W just means 1W. So they're all W's, so if we did 1 plus 3, we're at 4, plus 1 is 5, plus 3 is 8. So 8W equals 96. That's 8 times the width. So if we were trying to cancel out this 8, we would divide it, because that cancels out multiplication. 96 divided by 8 is 12. But it doesn't say to find W, it says figure out what the dimensions are. So the width would be 12 feet, because that's what W equals. But the length is 3 times that, so it's 3 times 12, which would be 36. So if we're giving the dimensions, we would say the dimensions are 12 feet wide by 36 feet long. That was fun. I mean, that was fun. You can't. Oh gosh, but this one, during the summer, you work 30 hours per week at a gas station and earn $8.75 per hour. You also work as a landscaper for $11 per hour and can work as many hours as you want. You want to earn a total of $400 per week. How many hours must you work as a landscaper? So if we're trying to figure out our total money, we could take all the money we earn at the gas station, we can add our landscaping money, and that'll give us our total coinage. So how much do we make at the gas station? Well, it says we work for 30 hours and we get $8.75 every single one of those hours. So if we want to know how much we're going to get there, we would just do 30 times $8.75. That'll be our gas station money. We also get to add in our landscaping money. We get $11 per hour. We don't know how many hours we work. That's the mystery, so that will get the variable. But we're going to multiply however many hours we get by 11. To get a total, we want it to be $400. So if you're looking at the left, what can we do on this? We can do 30 times $8.75. Let's see what that is. Oh goodness. 30 times $8.75 is $262.50. 262.5. You could write 0.50 if you want, but we're going to get rid of that on our next step anyway. And you might be wondering, how will we get rid of that? Well, it's being added right now, so we could just subtract it. Minus 262.5. If we do it on one side, you do it on the other. So 400 minus 262.5 is $137.50, or 137.5. All right. So 11H equals 137.5. What are you thinking on that, 11? Yeah, divided. Divided by 11 comes out with 12.5. This is the number of hours. So we need to work 12 and a half hours at the landscaping level. Let's say we dialed this up and I was like, well, how many hours would you have to work that entire week then? I worked 12.5 hours landscaping. I also worked 30 hours at the gas station. So we can add those up, get 32.5. Woo! Feels so good. We did it. You were scared at first, a little bit. Let's not deny it. Story problems, they're terrifying, but you did it.